Good morning, students. Welcome back to the history class. Well, this is the third and the last part of the video, and the chapter that we have been doing right now is tribes, nomads, and the settled communities. Okay, so today we will learn about the Goans. The Goans are also one type of tribal people who lived in a vast forested region called Gondwana. So Gondwana is a country that is inhabited by Goans. Okay, the place where Goans people lived are called Gondwana. They practice shifting cultivation. Now you can see the meaning of shifting cultivation on the right side. So in shifting cultivation, first a part of the forest is cleared. Then trees and bushes are all burned, and in the ashes they will show their crops. Ashes means kharani. Kharani ma चाहिँ they will show their crops. Now after some time, when the soil will lose its fertility, they will move on to another area. There also they will follow the same pattern. Like first they will clear the forest, then trees and bushes are burnt, and in the ashes they will show their crops. So this practice is called shifting cultivation. The large Goan tribe was further divided into smaller clans. Now, clan means a group of families having common ancestors. Okay, group of family जसको चाहिँ बाजे बोजू पुर्खाहरू चाहिँ के हुन्छ एउटै सेम हुन्छ. Okay, and each clan had its own raja or rai. That means त्यो एउटा group of family जसलाई clan भन्छ उनीहरूको चाहिँ आफ्नै राजा पनि हुन्थ्यो अरे. ओके, राजालाई राई पनि भन्दो रहेछ. And when the power of Delhi Sultan started declining, the large Gond kingdoms also started to dominate their smaller Gond chiefs. In the book Akbarnama, it has been mentioned that the Gond kingdom of Garha Katanga. Okay, Garha Katanga is a famous Gond kingdom. It is said that Garha Katanga had 70,000 villages. That means Garha Katanga itself was a huge kingdom. So here you can see the pictures of Gond's tribe. Now let us understand the administrative system of Gond's tribe. First, the kingdom is divided into different gars. Gars means in English it's called forts. Okay, Hindi ma kila pani bhन्छ. So यो थुप्रो गर्सहरू चाहिँ it was under the control of clans. Okay, Gond's clan. यो घरहरू चाहिँ Gond's clan को अन्डरमा थियो अरे. Then this gar was further divided into chaurasi. Chaurasi bhante. Now Hindi ma chaurasi, right? It is 84. So each gar was further divided into 84 villages. And 84 villages like के भन्थ्यो चौरासी भन्थ्यो. Okay, and यो चौरासीलाई फेरि डिभाइड गरेको थियो. यो चौरासीमा पनि फेरि फर्दर डिभिजन भएको थियो, and that was called barhots. Okay, barhotsमा चाहिँ 12 वटा villages थियो अरे. Barhot means 12. 12 is 12, right? So 12 वटा villagesमा divide भएको थियो अरे. So this was the administrative system of the Gonds. So with the emergence of large states, even the nature of Gond society started changing. Okay, so far we know that there was no inequality in the tribal people, amongst the tribal people. But here slowly we could see that the society was gradually, divided into different unequal social classes. So here also, Brahmanas were given huge land grants by the Gonds Rajas, and they started becoming even more powerful and influential. The Gonds king or chiefs now wanted to be recognized as the Rajputs. So Amandas was the king of Garakatanga. Okay, and he also assumed the title of Sangram Shaha. Now he came to be known as Sangram Shaha. He had a son named Dalpat who got married to Princess Durgavati. She was the daughter of Salbahan, the Chandel Rajput Raja of Mahoba. That means Princess Durgavati belonged to the Chandelas family. They had a son whose name was Bir Narayan. But when Bir Narayan was just 5 years old, his father died. So Rani Durgavati, she decided to rule the kingdom on behalf of her 5-year-old son. Okay, children, so let me tell you one story. The heroine of the story is Durgavati, the queen of Gonds. So Rani Durgavati was very brave and courageous. She was trained in horse riding and archery from a very young age. In the year 1565, her kingdom, Garha Katanga, was attacked by mighty Mughal forces under Asaf Khan. But she and her son also fought back bravely with the mighty Mughal forces. But in the end, she was injured, okay, and she took out her dagger and killed herself. She did not wanted to surrender herself to the enemy, so she killed herself. Later on, even her son also died in the battlefield. So this is the story of Rani Durgavati, the queen of Gonds. Okay, children. So Garha Katanga was a rich state. And how did it become rich? They used to trap and export wild elephants to other kingdoms. Okay? Even the Mughals had heard about the huge wealth of this kingdom. That's why they attacked and defeated the Gonds. Okay? After the defeat, they took away the precious coins and elephants from this kingdom. They control large part of the kingdom and given the rest to Chandrashaha, the uncle of Bir Narayan. Later on, they became even more weaker, fighting against the stronger Bundelas and Marathas. So children, that was about the Gonds tribe. Okay children, so let us learn about the Ahoms. The Ahoms were also the tribal people who migrated to Brahmaputra Valley. Now you can see that greener side, right? The eastern part. So that is where they migrated from Myanmar. So they migrated to Brahmaputra Valley from Myanmar. So once they came to Brahmaputra Valley, they started suppressing the old political system of the Buyans. Buyans means landlords, okay, landlord system. And they themselves created their own new state. So in the 16th century, they annexed the kingdoms of Shutiyas in 1523 and of Kuch Hajo in 1581. They captured these kingdoms. They started adding many other tribes also, and that's how they built a very large state. And for this, they used firearms also. Firearms means rifle or gun. By 1660, they were using high quality gunpowder and cannons also. However, in return, they also faced many attacks. Like in 1662, the Mughals under Mir Jumla attacked the Ahom kingdom and the Ahoms were defeated. Okay, so now let us talk about the administrative system of the Ahom state. The Ahom state depended upon forced labor. Forced labor means work without pay. Okay, they were forced to work as a labor, but they were not paid. And they were called Paiks, P-A-I-K-S, Paiks. For this, population census was done, okay, like survey गर्थ्यो एउटा विलेजमा कतिजना population छ, and each village had to send a number of pikes by rotation. Like this time एउटा villageले पठाए पनि next time अर्को villageले laborers पठाउनु पर्थ्यो. Okay, के को लागि पठाउनु पर्थ्यो? To work for the state, like public works. So during the time of war, the adult males, they had to serve in the army, and at other times they were engaged in building dams or irrigation system and any other public works. They had also introduced a new method of rice cultivation. Okay, next, the Ahom society was divided into clans or khels. So in the Ahom society, clans were called khels, K-H-E-L-S, khels, okay. And there were very few caste of artisans. Artisans ekdamai kamti थियो अरे. So artisans usually came from the other nearby kingdoms. So a clan or a khel often controlled several villages. Like many villages were under the control of a clan, khel. Okay, and there the peasants were given land grants. Okay, land grants by the village community, and without the community's consent, okay, or permission, community's permission, even the king could not take away these lands. Since Ahoms were tribal people, so they worshipped their own tribal gods. But from the 17th century, the influence of Brahmanas increased. Like kings started giving land grants to temples and Brahmanas. So during the period of King Sip Singh, Hinduism became a very important religion. In the Ahom society, poets and scholars were given lands, their works were appreciated, theatres were encouraged, important Sanskrit works were translated into local languages. Historical works known as Burunjis. Burunjis means written records about the Ahom dynasty. Okay, so these writings were first written in Ahom language and then in Assamese language. Okay, children. So in the central part of India, central means Bichko. You can see that red color, right? So which tribe lived there? Yes, the answer is Gonds. And which tribe lived in the orange marked area? That orange mark is Assam, right? And the answer is Ahoms. So today we have learned about the two tribes, the Gonds tribe and the Ahoms tribe. I hope you all have understood the lesson.